Yo, what is up guys, Digirex here, and today I'm coming at you with a Battlefield 1 video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys an anti-infantry build that I have assembled. Now this build is the main focus, the main focus of this build is killing infantry. I mean, I want to slay all infantry. This isn't anti-tank, anti-vehicle, anti-air, none of that. This is solely for killing people in control matches when there's tons of people. This is for wiping out large groups of infantry, holding them back, just destroying infantry. So now the first thing in the build is the Lewis gun suppressive, and I chose to go support just because I think it is the best class with all the things that I would want for an anti-infantry kind of build. And so the reason I went with the Lewis gun suppressive instead of the Lewis gun low weight is because the Lewis gun suppressive comes with a bipod and extended magazine, and honestly the extended magazine helps a lot. As you see, the regular Lewis gun has 47 bullets per mag. This has 97, and which means you can spray down a lot more infantry than you would be with the regular Lewis gun. And I chose a LMG in all just because, you know, it's the best for just spraying down loads of infantry. And you can also suppress with this, and you have the bipod, so you can kill a ton of people if you just lay prone and find a good spot to hole up and just mow down infantry. And it also has a sight, which makes it more accurate, so I would definitely, you know, want this gun in the build because of its bipod, extended magazine, and suppressive capability. So, now moving on, your sidearm, you can choose anything. I'm just running with the Red Baron. You can really choose anything. And for gadget number 1, I chose the crossbow launcher FRG, and this crossbow is fitted with a cup to launch frag grenades silently. And the reason I chose the FRV version is because this is the anti-infantry crossbow. It shoots nades that are effective against infantry. Now there's also a crossbow that is effective against tanks and vehicles, but this is for infantry. That's why I chose it. It's good for flushing infantry out of buildings and killing them, and you'll also see why I chose this later in the build. So gadget number 2, I chose a mortar, and this is the anti-infantry mortar. It's good for dealing with them from far away, and you'll see some gameplay with the mortars later in this video, actually killing people, and you can get infantry off flags, you can stop infantry approaches, and even if you don't kill people, you can definitely scatter infantry with these mortars and support your teammate. Even if you don't kill them, you can wound them, or you can stop their approach with these mortars, and they're definitely very good for controlling crowd control, like controlling infantry. So now, with my grenades, I chose gas grenades because they're super good for zone control, and as you see in that little video there, they have quite the large radius, so they're good with dealing with more than one guy, and again, they last a very long time, so they're good for covering infantry's approaches, they're good for zone control on flags, and you can just cover a large amount, plus you have 2 of them, so you can just cover a large amount of room with these nades, and it's super useful to control crowds and kill infantry. And that is also why I chose this gadget, because this can act as your regular frag launcher, and the other gas grenades can act as your zone control, kind of just, you know, zone control nades. So guys, without further ado, let's get right into the build. Alright guys, so I'm just going to roll gameplay of me using this build in the background, and I'm just going to talk about why I think this build is super effective, and, you know, what game modes and stuff I would definitely want to use it in. So now, the Lewis gun suppressive is super nice for taking control points, and if you use it with the gas grenades, you can get some serious zone control, and you can just destroy enemies on these zone points, and it makes for some really easy captures, because of course, you're trying to suppress infantry, you can leave the assaulting, or the tanks for the assaulters, people using the assault class, but you are definitely focused on infantry, so I would definitely not try to kill tanks at all. I mean, don't even focus on them with this build. Honestly, your job is to just get infantry off the point, or suppress them, or do whatever you can to stop their push onto the point. Just be as effective as you can, just destroying the infantry, no matter what you do, even if you're just suppressing them, you know, whatever, just be effective at killing infantry. So with the gas grenades, it makes it super easy to take points, especially smaller points, where you can just put gas on the point and they won't dare go onto it, because if you just like look into the smoke or look into the gas, they'll have to have their gas masks on. And even with the Lewis gun suppressive, you can just set up a bipod somewhere nice and just mow down the infantry, especially with your scope. Scope helps with your accuracy a little bit rather than just having the iron sights, and you can see them from a little further away depending on what you want to set your magnification to be on the scope. And the mortar or the gas grenade is still super effective for flushing infantry out of buildings. You throw a few gas grenades in a building, they'll come rushing out if they're in there, or just try to get to a safe spot, and then you can just totally mow them down with your LMG. All these things are super good just for getting infantry off points, just killing infantry. And the mortars are really good, like I said before, for stopping advances or killing them off points, even taking out snipers that are being a hassle to your team. And honestly, if you wanted to, you could probably switch to the anti-tank mortars. That might be effective too, if you really wanted that. I mean, I personally think the anti-infantry mortars are good, and it goes with this build of totally just destroying infantry. And you do end up getting a few kills, if not just a bunch of points with this, but it might even be more helpful for your team if you mix it up a little bit and go with the anti-tank mortars. Obviously, both of them are good, and you can even use the anti-tank mortars against regular people. I mean, it definitely won't get as many kills, but you can still definitely wound and kill people and definitely get them off the points just with the mortars. If you just bombard a building with any mortar, it'll surely get people out of buildings. And yeah, pretty easy kills with the mortar. You can just sit far back, do whatever you have to do. And with the crossbow and the gas grenades are actually a really nice combination, just because you have gas and you have regular nades. So this is super effective. You basically have 4 grenades with you, and you can clear out buildings with this. You can clear off points. You can clear whatever, and then, like I said, just mow them down with your LMG. And it's honestly a really effective build. I hope you guys definitely try something like this out. Now, you don't have to use the Lewis gun suppressive. You can really use anything that has kind of a large magazine. There are also other variants of suppressive guns that have larger magazines and maybe more accuracy. So you can really use any what you want, but you can get the Lewis suppressive gun pretty much right off the bat. I'm not the highest level in Battlefield, but you can still obtain the Lewis suppressive gun. So that's just why I recommend it. But you can really do it with most LMGs, and there are other suppressive LMG variants that you can use. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I definitely hope you try out this build. It's really effective just for clearing infantry, and I had a ton of fun playing with it, as well as a lot of success in just slaying kills. I mean, you don't destroy as many vehicles as you would, say, playing on like an assault, or you won't get as many like healing points, and you definitely won't get that resupply points, but you will just be slaying enemies. And that brings me right to my next point real quick before I end the video. If you use an ammo pouch or ammo crate, that could be useful, because sometimes you do end up running out of ammo with your Lewis gun. You do have a lot of ammo, but eventually you run out. So if you guys want to switch one of those gadgets just to make your primary more effective, you can use like an ammo pouch kind of thing with this build, and it'll still definitely work. It just depends if you value the mortars or the crossbow more, and you switch out the other one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Battlefield 1 video. I'll definitely be coming out with more Battlefield 1 videos. I've been addicted to this game lately. It is so much fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely enjoyed making it, and this build is super awesome. So without further ado, hope you guys had a great day. Subscribe for more Destiny, Call of Duty, Battlefield, and Overwatch content. This has been Digirex. Peace.